Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I'm out with the iScooter iX4. Thought I'd make a little video, tell you some things that I like and don't like about it. Take you on a little cruise with me. Now, this is my second scooter, the one that I got after the i10, when I discovered that I needed to have a little bit more power and a little bit more off-road capabilities, and just, I guess, a little bit more of a scooter. So that was my upgrade. Comes equipped with a single motor, which has 800 watts in the back right here. It's a 48 volt system, which when it's fully charged shows 54.8. It's got a 15 amp hour battery, and it will reach a top speed of about 28, 29 miles an hour, maybe 45, 46 kilometers an hour. And yeah, this scooter has been a lot of fun. It's been great. I've put a lot of miles on it. At the moment, I've got about 2,000 kilometers on the scooter after a reset. It's showing 1,435 now. So it's got about 2,000. And I really like that we can quickly fold it up and carry it like a suitcase, kind of, sort of. So it's great if you're using public transportation, if you're out and about in the city, if you have to put it in the back of your car. So it really is great for that. It has actually fully replaced my car for a long time, and because it's so compact, I was able to take it on the ferry when I went to go visit my girlfriend over in Canada, because she lived a couple of miles away from the ferry port. So it was very convenient, saved a lot of money not having to take the car over there. So in situations like that, it's just a really great scooter. Even just folding it up and taking it on the bus and it really not bothering anybody, I really do appreciate it. It comes equipped with the LED angel lights, which they're very bright at nighttime. Definitely lighten up the path. And you'll probably discover that you'll have cars flash their lights at you because they're blinded by them in some sort of way. And these red rings kind of add a cool effect. Also very nice that you can adjust the height of the steering column with this locking mechanism right here. And the scooter comes equipped with dual disc brake, back, I mean in the front and in the back. And we've got the charging port here, which is just covered by plastic. And then we got the locking mechanism. You pretty much just pull this out and then you can fold that out. It's very easy. You can just pick it up. It's got this spring suspension in the front here, and it's got another, don't be fooled, this is also a spring suspension. I don't think that's hydraulic. It doesn't sound like it, at least. Yeah. And then in the cockpit up here, we got a key entry, which is nice. So you can turn the scooter off. And then you press the power button to turn it back on. I don't like where they positioned the key, because if you hit a bump or something, the steering column will hit your chest, your body, and I've actually had to bend the key back a couple times because it just got all bent out of shape. So I don't like that position right there. They could have put it somewhere else. You can also move these slides back here, which I got stuff mounted. I can't do it right now. and you can fold the handlebars down, right? So just make the whole form of the scooter much more compact. And then on the dashboard here, we've got the max speed that you traveled. We've got the odometer. We've got your trip, your speed, obviously, what gear mode you're in, and your battery indicator up here in the top. And it also shows you sometimes if it's overheating with a little red flashing light, which the scooter likes to do quite frequently when you are going uphill. And it's something that kind of annoyed me quite frequently, because you'll have to come to a stop and just wait for about 5 minutes, because it just degrades the speed so much to protect the controller motor, I guess. But part of me feels like it's just being really nervous. But yeah, other than that, it's a really excellent scooter, and it's got a nice little metal floor pad on the back here, foot pad that you can stand on. Now, it's advertised as an off-road scooter. Would I use it in off-road situations? Probably not. You'll notice that the back suspension will bottom out quite frequently, and I've actually had to replace this tail guard twice already, which, as you can see, it just gets mounted with 2 hex screws right here and on the other side to the frame, and you can see the gap is very small. So when this back tire bottoms out and hits this guard, it literally breaks it. Not to mention that the cables for the light are running down below, and they'll just break. The cables will just get ripped, and this light just will not function anymore, like it is the case right now. One thing I don't like also is that there are also inner tubes inside these tires, which if you ever get a flat, it becomes very complicated to repair, because you have to take the rim off, you have to take the tube out, you have to put a new tube in without twisting it and breaking it, and you have to put the rim on top of it. And everything is a very tight fit. It's very difficult. I actually purchased tubeless tires for this scooter and wanted to put these on here, but I have not been able to get them on here. It's just way too difficult. Even boiling the tire and putting the motor in the freezer for a couple hours, it's almost impossible. So that is one thing I don't like about this scooter. That is the maintenance. You really got to be careful and baby it. Moving along, we've got a turn signal, which turns on these LED lights here on deck. Those are nice. And they make this really obnoxious beeping sound. We've also got a nice little blue ambient light, which looks really cool at nighttime, and gives you some added visibility for other cars and such. So yeah, the scooter comes with a thumb throttle right here, which you give it a little kick and then you can go. The brakes are very solid, you can adjust them, and it's also got a pretty loud horn, which is nice. So yeah, I feel I talked enough about it now. Put my helmet on and I'll take you on a little spin to show you what it's got. So you basically just turn the key on, and then you got the on button here to get into the scooter. And I like that this one actually remembers your last mode, it doesn't default. You press the M button and it'll show you everything in miles or kilometers. You press the S button to change the modes, I guess. We got the walking mode, eco mode, standard mode, and turbo mode. And then we've got the lights up here, on, off, and that's it. To turn the scooter off, you'll have to switch it again. It shows you the volts right here. The steering column itself, as you can tell, I got the brakes activated right now and it feels a bit loose, so like I already mentioned, it's not an off-road scooter and I wouldn't go around making a lot of jumps with it. But I mean, it feels solid enough that it's not gonna break, and yeah, everything is pretty tight here. So now let's take it for a cruise and see what it's got. We're gonna skip the walking mode because it just goes like 10 kilometers an hour. So first is eco mode, which it takes you to a pretty decent speed for eco mode, I have to say. So here's this bump. Whoa. So eco mode gives you the 25. And then the standard mode looks like 32. It's quite windy. I got a lot of headwind now. Let's put it in turbo and send it downhill in full speed. Full acceleration. Turbo. .45, that's it. So you can see it handles the corners really nicely, even going fast. So yeah, this is basically a boosted version of a Lime scooter, I would say. The range, I got 35 kilometers riding it off and on, you know, modest and just normally. I got 35 kilometers in Canada not long ago, in Victoria, cruising around the city. And that was all the way to zero, flat, nothing. So I would definitely say this could be a commuter scooter if you live in a city and your work is within 10 kilometers or so. Did you hear how it bottomed out in the back just by going into that curve? That's what I was talking about. It stops very fast. It handles okay on uphills as long as they're not too steep. This is a slight incline here, and instead of 45 we're gonna get 39. So it does okay. The floor deck on this one is a bit bigger, which is nice for my big old feet. You can easily move around and change your position on the scooter, it's not a big deal. Here I'm going to show you guys a pretty serious uphill. If we can get through the construction setup here, let's see. It's a nice scooter if you're not in a hurry to get somewhere. So here's a pretty serious uphill. We're going to start from 0. You get to about 25. But yeah, I had to upgrade to the Torsour scooter just because I needed something better than this. I discovered very quickly that going into the city, visiting my friends, taking care of all these errands, I was gonna have to have more range and get up these hills quicker. Here's a nice bump. Whoa. You don't want to do that with the scooter. Do one more round with it, what do you say? The suspension is alright as long as you're not hitting something too serious. So yeah, right back where we started. That was about 5 kilometers, and we're reading 50.8 volts. Which is technically still full. So yeah, this is definitely a nice scooter to take with your, mobile. You just slam it in the back of your car, or right here, you just pull this locking mechanism apart and you are ready to go. This scooter is a little heavy though. It weighs about 60 pounds, I'd say. 25-30 kilos, so you're not going to be lugging this around all day or 10 flights of stairs. you soon in the next video update.